Hey y'all, welcome back to another market update. The homes are actually all gone. Just kidding. It does feel like it though. This past week, roughly 400 homes were placed on the market with a whopping 1,200 going under contract. There are currently 2,000 residential properties on the market, and that's 2,000 properties for a minimum of 4,000 active buyers. The number of buyers currently on the market is likely closer to 10,000 or more. Now, the reason I have that number in mind is that in 2020, we had 4,300 properties sold. 43,000 properties sold. That equates to around 3,500 buyers each month. But if you take into consideration that the vast majority of properties are getting 5 to 100 offers on average in the Austin market, it becomes clear that there's way more of an equivalent of there's more than an equivalent number of buyers to sellers. That ratio is way off. In fact, we probably have around 5 buyers for every seller on the market. It's fantastic news if you're thinking about selling sometime in the next few months or in 2021. If you're priced right and your property's in halfway decent shape, it will likely sell for multiple offers and with ease. And that means more money directly into your pocket than your house's current market value. Buyers, this means a couple things for you. First off, you're going to need to switch up your strategies going forward. Unless you're cash heavy, it's going to be difficult for you to compete for high quality homes. And so there are 2 ways around this. 1, you could buy a new house, or 2, you could buy a property off market. Let's look at both of these strategies. If you're thinking about purchasing a new home, you're going to need to start immediately. Most of the builders don't have any homes available right now, which means you're going to have to go on a wait list. As soon as they have homes available, they'll give you a call if you're on that wait list, and you can come pick out your floor plan and your finishes and sign a contract. I recommend finding all the neighborhoods and all of the builders that you're even slightly interested in, and then get on their wait list. Because at that point, you're just waiting for the call, and when that call comes in and they do have a home for you, you won't want to hesitate. You're going to want to move fast and jump on that property and get a contract within the same day if possible. Most of the builders have wait lists in the hundreds of buyers, and they'll release anywhere from like 10 to 30 properties a month. So usually they'll call every single person on that wait list. Even if you're far down the wait list, you have the same opportunity as everybody else. And so what you have to do basically is as soon as they call, you got to flood in there and buy up one immediately. You don't want to miss any opportunities there. So get on a builder's wait list. Don't waste any time when they call you and tell you that they have a property. You need to be buying it within 24 hours if you can. And while that may seem scary and competitive, one thing to consider to remember is that if you go under contract right now, in several months from now, whenever you end up closing, your property is probably going to be worth several $1,000s more than what you're paying for it, because prices are raising every single month, and they're just consistently climbing. Whatever you contract at right now is probably going to be less than the actual property value when you close on it. It'll probably have gone up in value, so you'll be getting a pretty good deal. Now let's talk off-market properties. My team and I have been working with this strategy over a couple weeks now, and we're seeing some success. I won't delve too much into the actual nuts and bolts because it is proprietary, but if you have an area that you're interested in, specific neighborhoods, my team and I can track down people that are likely going to sell in that area. We can reach out to those property owners, and if they're interested in selling, we can put a deal together with you guys off market. The advantage to the seller is that they don't have to prep their home to put it on market. They don't have to deal with a bunch of people moving through. And we can negotiate a long closing time frame to make sure that they have enough time to move into a new home. For the buyers, your advantage is that you don't have to compete with 100 other buyers for the same property, and you have a wider selection than the very limited number of homes that are on the market right now, because we're going off market and looking at a broader selection. It's such a complicated marketplace. You have to be crafty to put deals together, or you run the risk of just missing great opportunities. Buyers, don't lose hope. If you're looking to buy, just remember that there's going to be tons of appreciation over the next year and coming decades. So you're going to make a lot of money in your home in the long run. Don't waste an opportunity. And if you're a seller, don't be too scared about pulling out equity and pulling off your dream move. Just keep in mind that the floodgates are open. You've got a ton of people moving to the area. You're going to be able to negotiate great terms for yourself. And if that means that you're going to have the opportunity to go under contract, get a great deal for your property, and take your time finding that next place, because it's a competitive market. You're going to have to find that next place, and it may be a little challenging. Just know you're going to have the cushion and the time that you need to do that, whether you're selling off market or on market. It's just so competitive that buyers will give you those the advantage of being able to move at your own time frame and pace. So Don't be afraid to unlock your equity and make that upsize, downsize, reinvestment, whatever it is you were planning on doing but you've been nervous about. Remember, you can sell right now, you can get an incredible value for your property, and you can be given the time that you need to move on and do whatever, make your next moves basically. So buyers, sellers, there's opportunity. It's just a little bit harder to unlock right now if you're on the buyer side. If you're on the seller side, it's a little scary because where are you going to go next? But just know that there are advantages on both sides. There's opportunity happening all around us, and there's definitely a way for you to pull off your next move. So guys, like that, like, share, follow, whatever it is the kids are doing these days. Feel free to shoot me a message if you have any questions in particular. We're here to help out any way that we can. See you guys next week.